I don't believe in love and relationships in the trans community because I feel like a lot of it's fake and performative, and I just can't get along with that. I just cannot do it. I don't want no fake, fraudulent relationship in my life, literally. Hello, welcome back to another video. My name is Alizea and I'm your favorite black transsexual. Get up into the big part, whatever. I'm back. How are you wonderful, amazing people doing today, girl? I hope you're doing amazing. Thank you for asking. Period. Y'all, today's video is going to be a little controversial and it's going to be a little, nitty gritty, girl. I'm going to keep it raw and unfiltered with y'all, girl, and I might get off track. But before we get into today's wonderful, amazing video, I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you turn on post notifications. And also, girl, shout out to my channel members. Hey, Bookie Bears. So today's video, I'm going to be talking about why I don't date as a trans woman. And I'm going to just keep it real with y'all because, like, girl, I don't know no more. Like, the world is going to jail. Like, everybody needs jail time at this point, but let's get into it. No tea, no shade. But every time I open a dating app, I get reminded that being trans comes with conditions. Some people block me as soon as they find out that I'm transgender. Others message me and say, "Oh, you're so brave," or "Oh, let me see what you got in between your legs," or "Oh, what you doing tonight? Let's link." Girl, it's just so weird to me. And honestly, I'm tired. I think I'm done trying to date people, literally. I never dated anyone and I never opened myself up to actually let anyone get to know me on a deeper level because I'm so scared of, it not working out, literally. And I feel, the pressure of rejection. Like, I feel like, if I come out to people, people will ghost me and unmatch with me after finding out that I'm trans. And that makes me feel dismissed and unseen. And the constant rejection affects my confidence sometimes, like, literally, girl. And I'm kind of tired of the whole fetishizing thing. Like, I don't want to be fetishized. Like, I feel like a lot of us relate to that, especially online. Some men only want you because you're trans, and that can make you feel some type of way. That makes you feel like an object, and being treated as an experience or an experiment and not a real person can really bring some pain and some real, hardships in your life. And the pain of being desired and being a secret and not loved openly really tears me down because it's like, Lord, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, is it me? Like, oh my God, what am I portraying? Literally. And I'm not gonna lie, before y'all be like, oh my God, well, what do you post on social media? Like, look at you, like, when I talk to people, I don't just be like, oh, I just want to, like, get down with the nitty gritty, unless it's a DL man, then I want to get down with the nitty gritty. But like an average, typical man, like, I feel like it never goes anywhere because I feel like a lot of these men are boring. Like, the men that I talk to or the men I've ever interacted with, like, it's boring. Like, I hate one-sided conversations where I feel like I'm carrying a conversation because that bores me. Like, literally, I can't do it, girl. I'm not gonna lie, girl. I need somebody to also carry the conversation while I'm carrying the conversation. Like, I want to have deep, meaningful conversations, literally. I realize, dating as a trans woman, it comes with pain that most people would not understand. And it makes you feel kind of less than because, like, you can't relate to anybody. And especially if you're in a small city where, you don't really see many trans people openly live themselves and you don't have no real trans friends, it makes you feel like, damn, like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing something wrong? It makes you feel alone. Like, it makes you feel like a black sheep, literally. Before I started transitioning, I used to actually have girlfriends. So, like, technically I wouldn't even classify them as girlfriends because the longest relationship I technically ever had was with a girl. It was my ex-best friend. Well, ex-best friend technically. But yeah, it was one of my homegirls or whatever. I dated her back in middle school or whatever for like a week or whatever, girl. But I really wasn't interested in her in that type of way, girl. But like, my idea of a relationship, just like I want real genuine connection because, like, I believe in relationships. Like, it's like the whole idea of love, like, everybody, like, for example, let me say it like this because I'm getting off track, but like, people say they love you, but how you gonna love somebody and treat them like doo-doo and treat them like garbage and cheat on them? I don't believe a partner can love you and cheat on you at the same time. That's not what love looks like. Literally, if anything, that's lust, honey. Because if they don't respect you that enough, if they don't respect you enough to have some self-control, they don't need to be in your life. That's just my idea of thinking. The last person I talked to, like, I'm gonna be honest, the last person I actually took in kind of serious was this one guy. Like, I remember I told y'all that little story time of, me like actually like talking to a dude. Like, I posted him on my social medias and everything, girl. I still got that photo of us kissing, girl. I ain't gonna show you that because, like, no shit. He was actually beautiful. Like, he actually was beautiful. Maybe I needed to open up a little bit more. I don't know. Like, it was kind of hard for me to open up, and I wish I actually genuinely got to talk to him because he actually didn't want to do anything like in that nasty type of way. But I was just looking for that because I was very immature at the time, and I was just looking for that. I wasn't really open at the time to a relationship, but he actually was looking for a relationship. So we kind of bumped heads then and there, and I didn't even know if we related to anything because it didn't even last that long because, like, he wanted to move across the state because he didn't have nowhere to go. And I wasn't going to allow no man to stay in my place. I'm so sorry, girl. I don't know you from a can of paint. I don't know if you're clean, like clean. What I mean by clean is like, do you clean up after yourself? Like, baby, I can barely take care of myself, so I can't take care of no goddamn man. I'm sorry, baby. And I was already in the era of choosing myself. Like, I was already worried about myself. I only cared about myself. And I know that's very selfish for me to say, but I've always been that way. And it's kind of hard for me to change my train of thought because it's like, the way that I look at it, it's like, I want somebody who genuinely is interested in me. And unless that happens, I'm just going to be selfish. And the way that it's sounding now, like, makes me feel like crazy. Like, oh, Lord, Alize, you really need to go to therapy, girl. I really do. That's why I don't want to get into a relationship right now until I am in therapy, until I really figure who I am, until I realize who I am inside. And that's another reason why I turn people away, no shade. And I remember the first guy that I've ever talked to, like the first guy I've ever like had a crush on genuinely. He kind of broke my heart because he was only looking for, like, Pound Town and, Sexy Red's favorite place. He was just looking for a good time. And I was actually crushing and geeking over this guy. And so when I found out he was trying to talk to my best friend, I literally just went haywire. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Literally, I'm not going to say what I did because, girl, I do not want to get canceled. But, like, I did some very horrible things in my past. No tea, no shade. And I had to learn from those situations. And I feel like that's another reason why I'm so damaged now and why I don't believe in love. Because, like, literally, I always say this. The relationships that you see on public, they always end up terrible because, like, all these people bring their stuff to the internet. If I have a partner, I don't want to bring my business to the internet. Like, yeah, I'll post them every now and again, but I'm not going to be like, hey, y'all, so we're finna go do this. Hey, y'all, we got to go do that. I'm not finna make a couples channel. Like, that's too damn much. Like, we might, like, have a little channel that we share or whatever for, like, everybody else. But, like, I don't want to, like, just put my relationship on a whole forefront because I don't want other people's opinions on a relationship. Like, I want that shit to be mutual. I want that shit to be quiet. I want to just keep that between us, if you get what I mean. And I'm not going to lie. The fear that I had to come out to somebody every time, and it just makes me kind of, it makes me cramped. It makes me shrivel up in a ball. It makes me scared. Literally, it makes me feel like, damn, bitch, like, oh my God, I have to keep coming out to these men. But I'm not against bisexual men. I feel like a lot of trans women are against bisexual men, like, when it comes to dating, because, like, they're like, oh, well, you're just gonna go back to those girls, or like, am I even woman enough? Baby, I know who I am, baby. I'm black and I'm trans and I'm beautiful, baby. This is me, honey. This is going to be me regardless of how anybody feels, literally. And I don't know, I prefer bisexual and pansexual men because, like, straight men, they just can't relate. I'm sorry. I like queer people. I'm so sorry. And I know a lot of people be like, oh, well, go try out for a T for T relationship. I need something very masculine, and I can't find that in Texas, baby. I need somebody like who I can genuinely bond and relate to and actually genuinely fall in love with. I just can't fall in love with a random person. I'm so genuinely sorry. Like, that's just me being blunt with you. And I've loved being in closed doors. I've never like been touched, but never introduced. Like, let me say it like this. I've been told I'm so beautiful, but not enough to bring home. Like say it like that. Like the kind of love that trans women are offered, it never breaks into something, outside. Like it never gets me going. Like getting told I'm so beautiful, like say something different. Like, I love your smile, I love your eyes, I love your fat ass nose. Like, I want to hear shit like that. I don't want to hear, oh, you're so beautiful. Baby, I hear that from the chasers all the time. I don't want to hear that, literally. And I remember one night after I looked into the mirror after a date that ended in rejection, I said, why do I keep doing this to myself? Like, what is going on? Am I doing something wrong? It wasn't even about him. It was just about me realizing I was chasing people who were never meant to see me, literally. And I just had to come to terms with that. I had to sink in. I had to let that sink in. And then I just realized, like, the only person who needs to be loved, or the only person who needs me to love, is like completely me. Like, I'm saying this so fucking wrong, y'all. I need to love myself. That's what I realized. I'm just gonna keep it real. I gotta love myself, honey. I got to love myself. I'm trying to learn strength. I'm trying to figure out self-worth and self-love, because I can't go into a relationship begging somebody to love me when I don't even love myself. Because a lot of people get into these relationships trying to find another half of themselves, but the other half that I need to find is within my heart and within myself. So I just got to realize, hey, baby, you got to get your ass up. Get up on your good foot, honey bear. Get up on your good foot, literally. No tea, no shade. And if you are a trans woman watching this and you ever felt like love isn't for you, girl, I want you to know, girl, I'm sorry, but I want you to know this, okay? Even if no one says it to you, even if no one's shown it yet, you deserve love that isn't scared of you. And that's something that I've had to realize. This is my life, and I want somebody who's actually going to genuinely be in love with every part of me, every flaw of me, because that's what I'm looking for. I want to be in love with somebody who has flaws. I don't want no picture perfect relationship. I know there's going to be trials and tribulations. It's not going to be the honeymoon stuff that you see on the internet and that you see in the movies and stuff. I know it's not going to be like that. I want some real, deep, genuine love that I can get through. And that's exactly why, like, I'm taking my time with relationships, and why I just don't believe in love right now. I believe in commitment. I believe in a real, genuine connection. Because everybody say they love you, and then immediately when y'all fall out, oh, you's a man, use this, use that, you were just a one night stand, I was using you. Like, girl, I'm not looking for that, girl. I do not want to be, I'm not even going to say that because I don't want to be rude, but like, I'm trying to learn myself, girl. Bada bing, bada boom. Maybe one day I'll find the right person. I'll find the Prince Charming. But right now, I'm choosing me. Literally, I gotta choose me. But I love you guys. Stream Nicki Minaj. Thank you for listening. I'm so sorry that it's so ghetto. You already know what you saw when you saw this ghetto black transsexual. I'm me though, y'all. Like, this is just me being raw and unfiltered with y'all. Yeah, no tea, no shade, girl. And I'm sorry I kept looking down, girl. Y'all already know I be looking at my phone because I have to make sure that I'm like kind of talking sense, girl. I be writing my thoughts down. So yeah, whatever I write down, I just bring it to the camera because I'm like, girl, I have nothing else to do. So there's that. But I love you guys. Stream Nicki Minaj. Turn on post notifications if you don't want to miss this beautiful face on your feed. Bada bing, bada boom. And I'll talk to you amazing people later. Bye, love.
Titties at the top and dick at the bottom. Titties at the top and dick at the bottom. Titties at the top and dick at the bottom. Now you know up front, so it won't be a fucking problem.